Hi guys, it's Andy Wood. We are in Batman Arkham Knight, and I'm just going to do a couple of, this is a freshly installed version, and we're going to go look at the current graphic options here. And we're going to go through and maximize everything. Yes, I do have an NVIDIA video card. And we're going to apply those settings. And then we're going to run the PC performance test. And as you can see, I have Fraps running. So in the upper right hand corner, you see the current FPS. Okay, so as you can see, the benchmark is completed. Fraps and their tool pretty much was in sync. Sometimes there was 60 frames per second, but on average there was 49 frames per second. So I'm going to be dumping out to the desktop, and there is a workaround to increase the frames per second. So here we are back at the desktop, and what you will want to do is go to your installation directory for Batman Arkham Knight. For me, since it's a Steam CD key, or I'm sorry, Steam key, we go to Steam Apps, Common, Batman Arkham Knights, BM Games. Then you go to Config, and you will find a file called BM System Settings.ini, and that's what I have open up in Notepad right here. And all the websites are suggesting that you simply take out the 30 and put in this. And then you want to resave the file. And then we're going to relaunch Batman Arkham Knight. Alright, so we are back in Batman Arkham Knight. We're going to go to the graphics options here and confirm nothing has changed. As you can see, Fraps is reporting 60 frames per second in the menu. So we're going to initiate the PC performance test, and this is after changing the one setting in the INI file. So now that that benchmark has been concluded, you can see that the frames per second actually did not show any improvement whatsoever. In fact, it looked like it got worse. So for a last final test, I thought I would just go in and turn off all the high-end graphics. Turn off the VSync as well. And yes, this is on a PC, but I'm using a gamepad, so if you're wondering what all the clicking noise is. Alright, so now we have all the NVIDIA options turned off, and we have VSync turned off. So even with the NVIDIA options turned off and the VSync disabled, the frame rate for me did not improve. The last and final thing I think I'm going to do is actually restore the INI file back to 30 frames per second, and we'll see if there's any difference. So as you can see, we're at the desktop here, and I'm going to restore this back to where it was, and we're going to save it. We're going to relaunch Batman Arkham Knight. Okay, so we are back in Batman Arkham Knight. We're going to go to the graphics options and confirm that nothing has changed. The VSync is off, and all the NVIDIA options are in fact still off. And now we'll launch the PC performance test. This is again restoring the INI file back to the 30 frames per second. As you can see, that Fraps is confirming 30 frames per second in a menu. Alright, so now that that benchmark has been concluded, again, Framps is coinciding with their internal performance test. You can see that I averaged 50 frames per second, going anywhere from 30 to 64 frames per second. And it was pretty much the same whether I had the NVIDIA options on or off, VSync on or off, again leaving the INI file at the default 30 frames per second, and even changing that one setting to where it would allow a possible maximum frame per second. I'm sorry, allowing for a possible maximum frames per second. I saw no improvement. In fact, I saw a degrade in performance. If everyone is kind of curious of what the video card I am running, I have two matched, overclocked EVGA GTX 970s in SLI mode. So I think this is an okay test to kind of show that, in fact, Batman Arkham Knight does not have optimized PC performance settings at this point.